What's going on, everybody? We're back with Ep.6 of the HoopSimple podcast. Today we got another legend, as always, Cyrus Huggard Noel, straight out of Edward Waters down in Duval, baby.
Yes,
Joined
sir.
by the one and only Dove Khan, reporting live from St. John.
Going on.
So once again, if it's your first time joining us, this is our Levels series where we interview all different players from different levels of college basketball, give you the similarities and differences, and hopefully help you guys out and give you some insight. So, jumping right into us, Cyrus, tell us a little bit about
Sir.
your journey and sort of how you got to where you are today.
Um, well, it's funny because I was really a soccer player and I started like kind of I had some teammates on my soccer team in like elementary school, leading up to middle school, kind of, I guess, that were on a basketball team also. I'm like, okay, basketball kind of cool. I would play at the YMCA, mess around with some friends, like, but I was terrible. Like, all right, let me give this a try. So I went and I tried out for their team, Toronto Triple Threat, matter of fact.
Yep.
Right out for
Okay.
the TTT team. Didn't make it. Uh, got offered to be a practice player. Oh, my
Wow.
heart was broken, by the way, too. I was sad. I'm like, damn, basketball's not for me, huh? Didn't make it. They're like, you could, because I was cool with like the coach, because it was my teammates, my soccer teammate's dad was the coach. He's like, I'll let you like practice with us. Like, like so I started doing that. I'm like, after like probably like half year, I'm like, yeah, this ain't for me, bro. Well, I wasn't enjoying it. I was terrible compared to everybody else. I'm like, yeah, nah, this not really for me. And then I just kind of kept messing around at the YMCA, playing with friends and whatnot. And then when I got to high school, everybody was like, yo, you got to play basketball. You got to join the team. You got to try out. Da, da, da. And by then I had got a little bit better, obviously, just from playing like pickup basketball, Friday night runs and stuff,
Yep.
Sunday tea night. Pretty sure it was Sunday nights.
Hmm.
Um, and then uh, there was a couple of coaches at school, like Omar, for example. He like seen potential in me and sort of started training me after school, like doing kind of workouts with me just to kind of see where I was at in hopes of bringing me to the prep team, I guess. But this was in like grade 9. I'm like, I don't know what this dude talking about prep team. I'm terrible at
Yeah.
basketball. But he just, I guess, saw something in me, thankfully, and that kind of was the start, I would say. And then from there, I played like Central Tech junior team, senior team, and then in grade 11, I actually made the prep team. I was in like disbelief, to be honest. I'm like, wow, I'm actually on the team that I thought I was never be on.
Hmm.
Um, and then from there, I had met another Omar, new step Omar, and he was the first AAU team that I had ever like been a part of. So both those two Omars, it's funny, they both Omars, they were big parts in basketball for me. And then after Tech, I had went to my first year. I had decided to go to the States because there was no grade 12 year because of COVID. I'm like, man, I don't know. I remember I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna play basketball. I think I gotta go to America and try it out because it's
Yeah.
obviously way bigger. It's a different culture. It's a completely different thing. So I'm like, let me go try that out. I went to Winston Salem, had a good experience there. I learned a lot. And then from there, I actually got an offer to go to JUCO, which was another like mind blowing thing. I'm like, wow, I'm actually going to be a college athlete on scholarship. And so I went to Highland, spent 2 years there, had a good experience there. And then from Highland, I just went to D2 Edward Waters down in Duval, spent the last year there, and I'm going back next year for my senior year.
That's
Dope.
what's up. That's good stuff.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
Super excited to have you on.
Appreciate y'all.
We're talking about now the difference between the D2 level and the JUCO level because we know you got experience
Yeah.
at both. So tell us about like the difference both on and off court.
I would say the difference between JUCO, the biggest difference I would say is in JUCO, it was like for off the court, like JUCO was a lot less like serious. I felt like I was a lot more free. I
Mhm.
could do kind of my own thing. And then when I got to my D2, there was like, no, you have weights at this time, you have this at this time, you got to do this. Like it's real deal schedule, and it's really more of a I don't even know what the right word would be, but
Yeah,
it's more
professional
like
environment.
yeah. So there's like time slots for everything I got to do, and like they're keeping track of what I'm doing. And then on the court, I would say just like the competition as a whole, like the average level of competition is better, and the average athlete is better. Like in general, everybody's stronger. For a majority, they're older now because we're at 4 year instead of a 2 year,
Yep,
right? I'm
yep,
playing, even though there are still some older guys in JUCO, but now I'm playing like I had a teammate that was 26. So like I'm playing with some older guys, so they're obviously going to be stronger, faster, more experienced, and just better overall. Some overall the teams are better because in JUCO, there's going to be some wish-washy teams.
for sure.
Not every team is going to be a caliber team. Obviously, when you play like the ranked teams and such, those are like 6, 7 guys on that team that are going to 4 years after that year. So I'd say that's really the speed of the game and the physicality, I would say, and the overall level of everybody is better.
Yeah, the other
Yeah.
thing I would say too is, and we talk about this on a lot of our episodes actually. There's
Mhm.
a wide sort of spectrum in every league. So
Yeah.
JUCO, your top teams, they're levels ahead of
Levels.
bottom,
Yeah.
right? So especially in your case, Edward Waters playing in the what's it called, the SIAC, there's a
Hmm.
lot of really, really tough physical athletic teams.
Yeah.
Right, so he's not playing in like some rinky-dink conference. And it's the same thing at the D2 level. There are some really, really good D2 teams that would crush, crush, crush JUCOs. But then the bottom ones, there's some that would be able to compete at the JUCO level.
Yeah.
So it's a wide spectrum depending on where you're at as well.
No, for sure. And also another thing, I just remember we played actually Daytona State at the start of the year,
That's
and
right. I remember that.
they were like they were top five. I don't remember where they were. They were top five ranking, and like going into the game, I'm like these guys are like top five. I'm like, okay, this should be interesting. And then we ended up like smacking them. And this was like at the start of the season. We didn't really have our chemistry or nothing. So I'm like, wow, there's really like levels because this
Yeah,
is a
yeah,
top
that's
five
right.
depot. And we're not a top, I don't know what we are in D2. And we like easily handled them. So there's definitely levels.
Yeah, I remember that game. Yeah, Daytona State, I mean, they were top five throughout the whole season and then
Yeah.
ended up making it to Hutch. I think they made
Yeah.
it to maybe the second round, I think. But yeah, we watched Daytona State a few times this year. And I mean, they had a good team for sure, but there's definitely levels to this. Jumping into our next question, I want to talk about your opinion on the U Sports is right there with the D2 level. It's a lot of people are saying that up here. So I want to hear your take on it. What do you think? And again, no right or wrong answers, of course.
Um, it's interesting because I've never actually played U Sports. So I
Mhm.
can't speak from experience, but based off what I've seen and the people I've played that are U Sports players, I would say that there's definitely levels. Maybe the top couple of U Sports teams are like, obviously, they're not just going to go to a D2 level and get spanked on. But like, I feel like overall, but it's also a lot harder because U Sports, there's how many teams? Probably like 20, 30,
No, I think there's,
I'm like maybe 50,
50.
I think,
Okay. And D2, there's how many teams?
oh, yeah,
hundreds.
yeah,
There
yeah.
are hundreds. So
I think there's about
obviously the
200.
sample size, there's gonna be some, like we said, there's levels to everything, right? So there's gonna be the dog water
Hmm.
Mhm.
D2 teams.
Yeah.
There's gonna be the mid tier, and then there's gonna be the good ones. So I feel like the good U Sports matches in just about like mid to high tier D2, and then like it kind of just trickles down from there.
But
That's my
I
opinion.
think I would agree.
A good take. And I would also say that just by saying that and just talking about how many levels there are to D2, for someone to say it's the same as U Sports, it's like saying an entire league is the same as an entire league when if Algoma plays whoever the best D2 was this year,
It's over with.
You see what I'm saying? That's an
Yeah.
100
SmackDown.
game.
Yeah.
Like it's such a misleading comment, I feel like, for someone to try and say U Sports is like D2. It's like, oh, Canada basketball is like America basketball.
Yeah, and also I feel like if that was true, then none of us would be going. Like, there's obviously a reason we go to America. Like, we're not just going to be like,
Yeah,
oh,
no,
I want to be in
100%.
America. I want to leave home, never see my family, see them 3 months out of the year, and spend
Right.
the rest of my life with these random states guys. Like, nah,
And
I
that,
want to be at home, but
right.
it's just my
Well,
opportunity. I feel like I have the best opportunity where I'm at in
so
America.
then that segues into our next
Yeah,
question, which is what's keeping you from staying in Canada? What is it about D2, JUCO, just
yeah.
the American basketball experience? What is it that made you not want to just stay home?
Uh, well, for one, the culture is like they like live, breathe, and die basketball. Like it's taken very seriously, and there's just so many opportunities. And I feel like in Toronto, there's a really weird culture. And at least when I was back at home, it's just like so many. And there's politics everywhere in basketball. I understand that, but in Toronto, it's such like nobody's trying to really help anybody else. If you go to one of like three powerhouses, you're good. If not, it's like you're on your own, bro. Like go figure it out. But in America, like you'll be at the YMCA and an old guy will come up to you and be like, "Oh, what's up? I know such and such. Let me like plug you in, like just out of the love of doing it,
He
because
doesn't even know
basketball is
you.
such a big thing." Yeah. So like, I just feel like the opportunity is just like way better, just gradually.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. I think also, I mean, right now there are a lot of U Sports coaches that are comparing themselves to D2, sometimes even D1 schools, right? Like I know, shout out Dave Papa, by the way. He was just on a visit at a D2 yesterday. There's U Sports schools right now. I'm not going to name names, but they're trying to get him to come back, saying they can provide the same things. And it's like, respectfully, you can't. I'm sorry, like the reality is, even if you could give a full scholarship, which you cannot, the competition is just far superior. And as we know, 99% of players, their goal is to try and get to D1, especially right now with the transfer portal. We're seeing way more D2 guys move up to D1
Yeah,
now than ever before, right? So I think D2 is a very, very good level of basketball that gets
for sure.
overlooked often. And again, as we discussed, U Sports kind of likes to just throw their name in there without actually really understanding what's going on.
And it's funny because over the past, after my JUCO, like coaches have been from U Sports have been hitting me up
Oh, for sure.
from
Yeah.
after my freshman year of JUCO, and I'll say it. The way they go about it, I don't really like. Like they kind of like put you down. Like, oh, I see you didn't really have a too good of a year, or I see you not. I talk. I don't see you got a bunch of offers on your thing. Like, it's okay for you to come home. We
That's
can
an
off like,
interesting way to go about
yeah.
recruiting.
I'm
Basically just
bro,
saying
you
you're
you want me
shit.
to come to your school right now, and you're kind of like throwing little jabs at me, like, what's
Yeah.
going on?
Hey, how about you
But
get taken down a peg, buddy? That's what
yeah,
they're
but
doing.
it's like. But they'd be like, yeah, we off like it's the same level, kind of like we don't no, one coach actually was like, we think you're better than the D2 level. I don't think you should settle. I think you should come home. And I'm like, well,
This makes
I
sense.
don't know if going to your school would be considered like how is that not obviously not settling because no matter if you play after high school at any level of basketball, bro, you
Oh, it's
congratulations.
it's a
Like
huge, huge
it's a
accomplishment.
huge like I struggled with that thinking like, oh man, I'm at a JUCO, oh now I'm at a D2, bro. All these guys are at D1s. I'm not a D1. Like at the end of the day, like how many people can even still say they played JUCO or they played D2 or they played U
100%.
Sports? Like it's not
Less than 1%.
literally, so it's nothing to be taken for granted at all. Like not anybody can just do that. Feel me?
Right.
Sure.
100%. Very true. That will jump into also very good takes. Absolutely good takes for sure. We're going to jump into a little bit of a fun segment we call rapid fire. rapid fire question is going to be just this or that question. So just
I
hit us
bet.
with, which one you're
I bet.
picking.
Bet.
And
All
we'll
right,
we'll get
so
right. Yeah.
I'll take it away. I'll take it away with the first one here. We're gonna start off hot. Jordan or LeBron?
LeBron. What are
That's
we
that's
talking
easy
about?
for
All
you.
right, moving on, moving on. That's all right. That's cool. Hey, I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to
He's
help.
coming in hot. First question.
Oh yeah.
Coming in with some LeBron glazery just to start. We don't rock with over here. Okay, Chip on a stack team or MVP playing with bots?
Wait, MVP of like a league
MVP of your league playing with shitters.
or
Yeah, like the
ship
team
of a
stuff.
stack team? Am I playing? Okay, am I getting burns on the stack team or am I like bottom of the bench just clapping?
You're like sixth-ish man.
Oh no, 100% the winning team.
I like it. I
I'm
like it.
playing to win. Feel me? Six
Okay.
man. I'm getting my minutes as long as I'm
Yeah,
not riding the bench
I think I'd
moving.
agree.
Good
Yeah,
take. Good take.
That's a good take. All right, we got email or messenger pigeon.
email.
I like it. I like it. I
I'm
like
with
it.
you on that. I'm with you on
Okay,
that for sure.
okay.
No question. All right, yo, overseas star or NBA 12th man?
Ooh, listen. Depending on what the money is looking like,
Let's say you're making the same amount in
same
both
amount. All
sports.
right, I'm going overseas star. There's
That's a
nothing
good
like
take.
Great
there's
take.
nothing like
Obviously,
being the star on a basketball team,
come
bro.
on. Yeah, come on.
Be the man. Yeah, 100%.
Absolutely.
All right, here we go. Walmart or mild elbow pain. What do we think?
Bro, you troll. Walmart, I guess, bro. I
Walmart?
ain't, yeah, I ain't trying to deal with some minor elbow pain, bro.
I like it. I like it.
Respect. That's a good answer. I thought you'd say that too. We're gonna go IQ or athleticism.
IQ. Or that's a
Mhm.
good one actually.
Mm.
Because if you're enough of a freak athlete, I know some.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Like you just
Doesn't
gotta
matter.
tell them run and jump, buddy,
Run
Yeah,
and
and
jump.
they
right.
gonna get it done.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I was okay. Elite athleticism. I feel like because IQ, I feel like you can always still like gain it, and with your athleticism, there's a limitation. With your IQ, I feel like if you actually are trying, you can learn more. So I'll go with athleticism.
Okay. I like it.
It's
I
a
like
great
it.
thing.
This is probably going to be the hardest one so far. We got Terp or Chenny.
The
Oh,
age-old question.
what are we talking? Ones or
Just
five or just
who you taking
overall?
on your
Who
team?
am I who am I taking on my team? I gotta go with Terp.
I like it. I like it.
The
Kenny,
consistency
no
there.
disrespect, man. I know you're
No,
gonna
no, 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 no.
be
I love Chenny. Great basketball
Yeah.
player.
Shout out Chenny, but I understand that take.
that's gonna spark some controversy.
It is. Fans are going to be maybe up in flames over in northern Alberta, but hey, it is what it is. Now I got 40 minutes in a loss or zero in a win.
That's a tough one.
That's a toughie. I'm going 40 in a loss.
I respect
At,
it.
at
Yeah,
least at least
zero
I was out
minutes
there.
is crazy.
At least I was out there and I felt like I was a part of the game.
I
You know
respect
what I
it.
mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah, zero is kind of crazy to
Because
be.
Zero's like, man, I'm going through warm up lines, I'm sweating, and then I'm showering. I didn't even play the game.
I like it. I like it. All
For
right, here
sure.
we go. High cut or low cut for your basketball shoes? What are
Ooh,
we thinking?
I'm more of a low cut type of guy. I'll be honest.
Me too. Me too. 100% all day
I
long.
cut feels too restraining sometimes.
Me too. Makes me feel like I'm in boots, like I'm
Yeah,
slow. I'm already
Yeah,
slow enough,
they definitely are heavier for sure.
you know? Microwave or toaster?
microwave.
Yeah, I feel like the microwave's more versatile.
Yeah, way more versatile.
You can
Microwaves, yeah. Swiss Army knife. Swiss Army knife
you can
player.
make more things with it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's your first round pick.
Yeah.
That's
All right. Would you rather be 7'5" or 5'5"?
Mm, mm, mm.
Oof.
That's a really hard one because if I'm 7'5" and I'm not in the league, what am I doing?
This
Like,
this is
No,
what I
but
this is what it's
it's
not
because
as
I'm
easy
I'm
as you
way
think.
too tall to be a regular person if I'm not a
yeah, you
basketball player.
got no, but you are allowed to pursue
Yeah,
basketball in both
yeah.
cases.
I'm
But you
going seven
also got to
five. I feel
take
like
in
it's over with. Rudy Gobert don't want to see me if I'm 7'5".
7'5", bro. Make me 7'5". Give me that
Yeah,
chance,
you also
right?
got to take in life after basketball. Like you
yeah, but
could
like,
screwed.
okay, I'm a five
Like
five.
7 feet and 7'5" are not the
Yeah,
same thing.
yeah.
No,
Okay, no
They
seven.
both start with
How tall
7.
is Zach Edey? 7'5".
no, 7'3".
How about that
I think
Oliver? How
Wembanyama's
about that Florida guy? How tall is he? Because I
He's
seen him at
seven
the airport.
nine.
he's like 7,
7'9".
7'9".
Oh
Yeah,
gosh.
I
Yeah.
saw that guy in person. He
Yeah,
literally
I seen him at the airport, bro. It was literally like he was towering over everybody. I'm already tall enough. I'm usually like one of the tallest people wherever I'm at.
yeah.
No, that guy was there's levels.
Right,
There's
and
levels.
even Cyrus, who might be considered tall, is picking 7'5" because he's a basketball player. I was
Yeah.
saying to Cam, I don't. I think everyone on this podcast is going to take 7'5".
Yeah. If I
Nah,
wasn't a basketball player, 100% 5'5".
Me
I'm
too.
still going 5'5", dude. There's a lot of life
There's a
after basketball.
there is a lot of
Think
yeah.
about
Also though,
every
your basketball career could be
inconvenience.
shortened by the seven. I'll be honest, bro. I'm throwing the curveball. I'm going 5'5".
Yo,
Bro,
Yeah.
shout out the short kings, Corey.
yeah, for
Respect.
real, 100%. Yo, Carabana or salsa on St. Clair?
Peter. Both, both. I love both. But
Yeah, it's
I
also
gotta
on
go.
St.
I gotta
Clair
go
movie.
Caravana. I gotta go Caravana because like Sauce on St. Clair is like more of a
Chill vibe.
chill vibe. Caravana is like that's the summer. That's the day. That's the place to be.
Yeah, Caravana does go crazy. Shout out Dove
That's the
Con.
place to be. Shout out Dove Con, a
I've
legend
been
out there.
known, me and Theo Blackett have been known for getting a good bubble or two, you know. All
All right, here we go.
right, let's here we
Hey,
go.
curry goat or goat curry?
Here we go.
Dove's not gonna
Respect.
pick that one.
No,
Why you playing with you, Dove? Why you
this guy's crazy. Oh my God, he'd smell some curry goat and you'd be shitting your pants. No, that's good. That's
All
good
right, we
stuff.
got two more.
Two more. All right. No.
what we got? What we got?
All right, let's get serious, Cyrus.
All right, for sure.
I've had enough of this tomfoolery. Let's
I'm
talk
locked in. I'm locked in.
serious stuff. All right, coffee or uncles?
Or what? Bro, I don't even know what the second thing is.
Dog, coffee or uncles?
Oh, uncles. I don't drink coffee. I love
Yo,
my
shout
uncle.
out to all the uncles out there.
Yeah, I love my uncle.
Shout out to
Feel
all
me?
the unks, bro. For
Shout out
100%.
to unks. Feel
Shout out
me?
to the unks. Absolutely.
Lately, the internet's been making them look bad, calling them unk, making them feel old. Man, I
Yeah.
love all my unks out there.
Shout out to unks.
Hey, I've been being called unk. It's
Me
crazy. I'm
too.
officially unk now. I
It's
don't know how a
ridiculous, bro.
21-year-old could be ever a unk, but hey.
Crazy,
Bro, I'm about to have a teammate who is a 2007 next year.
crazy.
2007,
I'm
bro.
going
You're
to
in
too though. Like that's what bro, I had O sixes as
me
teammates. I'm
too.
like, brother, you are a little kid.
You are an infant.
What are we doing on the same basketball team?
I know, I know. And then it's like, wait, why am I not LeBron James now? You know?
All right, last
Okay.
one. We got 100 men or one gorilla.
All right. I'm going 100 men. And let me tell you why. A gorilla only got like 5 minutes of going OZ.
That is true.
So like after that 5 minute mark, it's gonna get tired, bro. About 50 of them gonna die though. About 50 men gonna die. I'm gonna keep it a buck. But I feel like after it gets tired, bro, that doggy pile, it's gonna get dangerous. But then it's
Respect.
like it's gonna be hard to kill it though with your hands. That's a strong animal.
Cardio
But
is a factor.
I feel like they'll get it done.
I like it.
Respect.
I like it. All
Respect.
right, we
50,
got
50 I'm taking 50 cams and 50 dubs, and I'm rocking out with y'all.
Appreciate you. Yeah, that's good stuff.
that's how we do it. I like it. All right, two
Yep.
more questions for you. Moving on from the rapid fire, and then we're done. So, give
Yeah.
us your biggest regret so far in your basketball career.
Biggest regret I would say would be taking taking my situation for granted.
Mm,
And by that I mean not understanding how great and how blessed of a situation I was in and focusing on the negative stuff when I was in a perfect position. I was right where I needed to be, but my brain was telling me, "Oh, you shouldn't like you don't belong here. You
Right.
belong here." Like, no, you are where you are is where you are for a reason. I don't care what happened, what you say, like it's where you're at. So you just gotta take it and make the most out of every opportunity.
Absolutely.
100%. I like it.
Last one here. Very good stuff. Last one. One piece of advice that you'd give to kids trying to get to where you're at.
Just consistency. Like you gotta, it's not weekdays thing. It's not every other day. Like it's every day. There's somebody, because if it's not you, there's somebody else putting in work every day, bro. So
100%.
it's either, and time gonna move on without you.
That is
So
very
it's either
true.
you could have been productive today and worked out once or twice, or you could have missed those two workouts. And you think, oh, if I just miss two workouts once a week, at the end of the month, you're missing like eight
Heads
workouts.
up
I'm getting a lot better in eight workouts.
for sure.
Most
So I
definitely.
would say consistency is the biggest thing, to be honest. And I know it's hard because basketball, I believe, is like 95% mental. It's just being confident, and consistency is what brings confidence. Because when you're shooting the ball and you're seeing it go in every day, I'm making X amount of shots every day. You
Yep.
know, in the back of your head, I do this every day. Now it's just a repetition at this point.
Yep. Trust in your work.
Yep.
Absolutely.
100%. Love it.
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
I appreciate
Pleasure.
you guys for having me.
Had a blast.
The
Until
pleasure.
next time.
Yeah,
Signing off.
that wraps it up. We'll be back again next Friday. Cyrus, once again, appreciate you jumping on.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir. Appreciate
Uh,
you.
we'll see you guys later.